And welcome back, guys and gals. As you can see, my workspace is still set in my modeling workspace. I can only assume you've been playing around like crazy people using the primitives and moving them in all the different axes, but I'm sure you would like to start actually working on an official project within Maya. Now, in any other piece of software, we have the option of going just file and saving something or saving as something and so on and so forth. But Maya has got a lot of working parts in the background when it comes to when you're building an entire project, because your asset will have textures on them, they will have lighting information on them, they might have animation on them and rigging information, and Maya tends to save these things in different formats and in different folders and all that good stuff. So every time you start a project, say for example, I don't know, you need to create a creature, you're going to go and create a project that is specifically focused on the production of said creature or car or plane or whatever your imagination throws at you. So with that said, you should notice Maya is very project orientated. We're going to go up to File, and then we're going to go to Project Window. Boom. This will open up a window for us where we can label our project as well as tell Maya where we're going to save our project file. If you're working in a studio, you'll probably have a location on the server somewhere. If you're working from home, my advice is to save on some sort of cloud storage so that if your machine ever decides to die, your projects don't go burning in flames like your computer. So to actually start a project, I'm going to click New. We're going to give our project a name. So in this case, I'm going to go call this project, for example, Primitives Concept, preferably spelled correctly. I want to use this project to block out a concept only using primitives. I would like you to follow along because this is going to be an assessment point for you guys. You're going to be doing the same concept blocking out, only using primitives that you are going to be submitting for assessment. Now I'm going to choose a place to save this guy. In this case, I don't mind having it in my document, so that's fine. So you guys can go click the little folder icon and it will open up the option of choosing a different location. As you can see, I've got a My Essentials folder here. I'm not going to save it in here. I'm going to just drop it into my documents. I'm going to go cancel this by clicking the close. If you choose a different folder, you need to click the select button, but I'm just going to click close, and then I'm going to click accept. Let me quickly go and show you what actually happened in the background. So I'm going to go Windows E to open up my Explorer so that I can view this, or you can click the little folder icon on your taskbar. I'm going to go inside of my documents, and in here you will see I've got now a primitives concept folder, and these are all the folders Maya created when I clicked create project. These are all the folders Maya needs to keep your project in working order, because things like textures and materials and lighting information, as well as the location where your renders get placed, is all relative to a project. So if I use this project and I click render, for example, it will shoot out all my rendered images inside of images, for argument's sake. Just remember that Maya is a project oriented program, and every time you open Maya now, you need to remember to go set a project, because you can go and double click a Maya file and Maya will open, but it will open the file, but if you go Control S, it will save it in your last set project's location. So my advice is always set your project in Maya and then open up your scenes through the Maya Explorer. So for example, I've opened up a fresh version of Maya. I would like to make sure my primitives project is the one that I work in. So I'm going to go to File, Set Project. It navigates through my documents by default. I'm going to go click on primitives, double click it. As you can see, there is all the folders associated with it, and click the button set. Now Maya knows I'm going to be working with that specific project. If I go Control S to save, or I can go File, Save Scene, you'll see it's my primitive concepts scenes. So Maya saves all your work in the scenes folder. By default, you guys probably have your file format set to binary. Binary saves your files as ones and zeros, literally in binary code. These files are very unstable and unpredictable and corrupt very easily. I strongly suggest that you use the Maya ASCII format, as it saves the scene as a editable text document. So you can actually open it up in a text editor and change stuff and fix stuff if you need to. And trust me, I have needed to do that in the past to save a project. And then of course we can go and just give this guy a name. So we can just go call this primitive concept. Okay, I use camel caps because of my coding background, and it's just something that I do. And then I click save as. It's because I'm in the student version or the educational version. It's going to say, hey, you're saving as a student version. That's fine. I click continue, and it's now saved. I know it's saved because Maya tells me in two locations. Firstly, down here in my results section in my command line, you can see results save the scene as primitive concepts.ma for Maya ASCII, as well as in the title bar of Maya, it tells you what scene or file I'm currently working in. I'm going to leave this lesson here, and the next lesson I'm going to bring in some concept art, which I'm going to be using to block out a very primitive shape of a concept piece. So catch you in the next lesson.